The pitch of the stratifications of the seafloor as it was coming back up. Here are the tooling of those miners here. You can see the pick marks they left.
So you touch it. No thanks.
They're authentic and gold and copper. Yeah. It's still looking copper. Change off section.
I'm going in. Dynamite storage?
Well,
Back in the day?
Yeah. Well, no, this would have also been this was a drip tunnel. Folks, so in 1870, when those prospectors had given up panning to go search for quartz on the hills, they recognized that the outcroppings of quartz all ran parallel to each other. They all ran from east to west. And we know why now, because they're in those layers of seafloor that are pitched this way. But so they recognized they ran east to west, all parallel, so they engineered this tunnel to cut across them at a right angle. So this is called a cross-cut tunnel. And when they find a pocket of quartz they like, they will follow it in what they call a drift tunnel.
Oh, okay.
So the purpose of the cross-cut is basically access and discovery, or discovery and access of the pockets of quartz, and then the drift tunnel follows them.
All right, I see.
So this is the quartz here, folks, that they had to extract a ton of to get to a minimum of an ounce of gold. On either side is that metamorphic seafloor. They had to dig out 10 ton of metamorphic seafloor to get to a ton of quartz. To get to that ounce of gold. All right, folks, let's keep on going.
Is that the guy chilling in there?
Oh, yeah. He's poaching, I think.
Yeah, he's talking about it. He's having a rough day.
Right. Hey, guys, watch your head here.
He don't do the bad thing, so he's... Or cart railing. Ooh. Are you filming this too?
I'm filming.
Yeah, I am too.
Everybody's filming.
Oh shit, I just noticed your... That's pretty cool. What kind of camera is that, bro? Is that like a GoPro?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Don't worry, you'll get a cut.
Hey, okay, so let me point this place out. We're doing geology here, so I'll tell you about this place here. This is what the geologists would call a compression fold. So you can see how the slate has been, it was flat on the ocean floor at one time, had created a fold here, a compression fold in a wave pattern. So it's basically a fancy name for a dent in the rock, created by tectonic collision. But it looked like a star to the miners. You can see enough points, and with enough imagination, you can see a star here as well. But it turns out to be a star for a different reason, folks. The star vein drift tunnel got up to 10 ounces of gold per ton of quartz.
Oh.
So that was their mother lode, the richest find, beyond their expectations right here. So this became their good luck charm. And more specifically, those miners, whether they were superstitious or not, couldn't resist rubbing that knob for good luck. Get some gold today.
Yeah.
So this is the star vein drift. It goes back about 140 feet. That's where they got all the gold. So it goes back there, and then it just kind of spiders in all directions.
Oh, there's another... Oh my goodness. Ooh, look at all this stuff. Oh yeah.
You could tell them here they were blasting. This
Folgers coffee.
Heck yeah. Sir Walter Raleigh.
All wide open here.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll do a bonus here for all you animal lovers because we have a little resident bat here.
Nice.
So
Oh,
it's right here. You see where my finger's pointing?
Oh yeah, there he is.
yeah, there. Look at how tiny he is.
He does.
He's
Really
tiny.
demo.
Yeah, he's little.
How close can we get to him before we disturb him?
I don't know. I wouldn't get much closer than here. You know. No flashes though, please.
No, obviously
Wait,
not.
I'll give you this here.
Jay,
He's so tiny.
it's always just one.
He's
There's never like a
tiny.
little bat family.
There are a few others that we see on the other side, and we never used to see them here. At least I hadn't. But this one's been hanging out around in here for about a month now.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll see it over here. Sometimes it'll be gone from me, and I don't know where it's hiding.
Yeah.
So,
That's cool.
hey, folks.
Did you guys name him? Or her?
I was just gonna say,
No, as far as I know. So, folks,
Julian.
now when you see shoring like this will let you know that they were digging upwards. This was a pocket of quartz here that went upward. Hi, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, welcome.
Thank you.
This is, so this would have been a pocket of quartz that they dug out. There would have been a void here, so they filled it in. So there's no rock fall on anybody.
Okay.
So that's when you see the shoring, that's what it is. There's a pocket of quartz in this direction here that they went up and hollowed this out here.
Awesome.
Hey, we are going into the High Peak Mine here, folks.
Oh, already? Okay. Look up. Looking up. High Peak Mine.
This is just one of my favorite visuals through here, this area right here. You see the layers.
Oh,
Pretty nice
yeah.
stratification, this neat little pocket of quartz. It's showing lenticular properties here. All the pockets of quartz here have this property where they are fat in the middle and taper to zero. So the miners will know when they're running out of quartz, whether it's a mile long or whether it's So they'll know when it's going to zero. Wow. As it tapers.
So why didn't they get the rest of that quartz out?
It probably didn't have enough gold. in
Yeah,
it.
they just didn't pay.
We didn't pay. Wasn't enough gold. But so anyway, here's another example of lenticular. It's kind of a little saucer shaped thing there, little lens. So, all right, folks. Keep moving here. So, folks, welcome to the High Peak Mine. Now, this is a separate mine from that other mine. They had different owners. They were just good neighbors. They connected the tunnels together in 1913. But you can see in here the ceiling isn't arched. It's not hand dug. This is blasted in here. Evidence of the blasts are right here. These are remnants of blast holes.
Yeah.
When the miners were drilling, when the miners were advancing the tunnel with blasting powder, they would drill 5 holes in the rock. Each hole would be 4 foot deep, and they drill them in a square pattern, more or less. They might be angling up this way, but they drilled 4 in a square pattern with 1 in the middle. They used a 3-man crew to drill those 5 holes. So they had 1 miner holding a chisel, while his 2 partners hit that chisel with sledgehammers. And so this miner holding the chisel, he had to keep that chisel from getting stuck in the rock at the same time. So as they struck it, he had to back it out and give it a quarter turn. He's constantly doing this.
Jeez.
Once they could have 5 holes dug in the rock, typically at the end of their shift. They can exit the mine, and the powder man will come in and fill those holes with blasting powder and set up the charges. Once the smoke and dust clears, a fresh crew comes in to start their shift, and they would start by gathering all that broken rock and all that loose rock. They called it mucking. They sorted the quartz from the metamorphic rock and got it out to the processing area. So after mucking, they had time for other chores. They might cut some timbers and lay some track to get their mine cart closer to the work now. Before their shift was over, though, they would have drilled the 5 holes in the rock to repeat the process. All right, hey, this is basically the end of this cross-cut tunnel. We are going to make a right turn and follow a drift tunnel the rest of the way out that the High Peak Mine created. When they started, they found a pocket of quartz right on the surface, or an outcropping that paid. They followed it all the way in the mountain, creating a long drift tunnel. And we'll follow that the rest of the way out.
Cool.
All right,
I see it.
this way, folks.
I see a Hercules powder box.
Is it?
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Hercules powder. Oh my God. Atlas Powder Company. I never heard of that. Wilmington, Delaware.
So how do they decide whether or not to blast or use hand tools or?
I think they were only using hand tools at the ends, at the surface, where it was too soft. The blast might collapse the entire area.
Okay. Makes sense.
So once they got in where it was more solid, they were able to use the blasting powder. They used a technique also where when they drilled the 5 holes, the powder man would set off the middle charge first. That created a soft spot, and then the next 2 were the upper 2 that blasted downward into that soft spot, and then the last 2 would blast upward and lift that muck out, all that. So they had that process. Alrighty, folks. Hey, here's that vertical shaft where they